Cheers and welcome to Bitter Reality Brewing. Yes, limited edition BrewDog Punk IPA, one of their flagship beers. We're brewing it in the Pinter. It is a limited edition from my understanding, and we've got Hazy Jane. We'll be doing that one next, but for right now, we're gonna stick with the Punk IPA. And when you look at the backs of these fresh packs, they give you some descriptions and some information to kind of give you an idea of what it's going to be like. And it says, you know, golden, citrus, pine, but if you read some of the additional stuff, and mild bitterness, which means it's gonna be bitter because it's an IPA, it's just not gonna be crazy bitter, is they talk about layers of resin, pine, grapefruit, and a hint of pineapple. I know a few of you out there went, but oh dude, that's like right up my alley. I'm excited. That's my go-to flavors. Now, if you want a little more broad, it's citrus, pine, and tropical fruit notes. So that is definitely something I'm looking forward to. This bad boy is actually only sitting at, I think, 5.8. Yeah, 5.8 approximate ABV. I'm gonna brew it as is. I would love to brew it again and throw some corn sugar, kick it up to 7, see how it comes out, but we're gonna see how this comes out first, as is, because I know not everybody would do something crazy like that. That's kind of my thing. Now, in the box for your fresh pack, you're gonna open it up and you're gonna have two things. You're gonna have your purifier and you're gonna have your spark yeast, which I'm pretty sure we used spark in the raspberry sour that we did previously. If you haven't watched my 2.0 on how to clean the Pinter, and you have this, go watch that video first and then come back. Reason being is you're gonna have some extra cleaning that you didn't do in the original cleaning. If you're using your phone, you can go through your phone, it'll prompt you. I do appreciate somebody saying thank you because they missed some stuff on their phone. They went past the cleaning and went, did we miss anything? They watched my video and said, hey, thanks for covering that stuff. But yeah, use your purifier. I've already done my PBW Star Sands, so that's why I have an extra packet of this. And there's still some weight in here. And I did this intentionally because I want to make sure you don't miss this, because the other two kits we did didn't have this, okay? Before, this was empty. Oh, it's got something sticking out of here and you didn't see it immediately. But it is, I guess you can call it a hop shot, whatever, but it's some of the hops. It's like a hop edition, okay? And there is already some hop stuff in here too, so I'm not sure when I add this. I'm not sure if this is like a dry hop, goes with the fermentation. We're gonna learn together. We'll go through the app and I'm gonna find out exactly where it goes in. But something that's kind of obvious to me is that it's got this big metal thing and it's got a spiral. So when you open it, it's got a foil seal. I have a feeling that we're going to screw this in. We may peel that seal, it may break it for us, I don't know. But I have a feeling this screws into the back and injects the hop liquid into it, which would be fine, because maybe during fermentation, we put it into the top. I don't know. We're gonna learn together. So let's get brewing. Okay, first of all, I have the remaining water already measured, pre-measured in here. I have my first 128 ounces in here, and that's my additional 60 ounces, because it's approximately 188 ounces to hit that line inside. It's gonna be a fraction of a second for you, but I'm gonna heat this stuff up a little bit so that it pours out easier, because I decided on the second batch I didn't wanna rinse the inside of this. So also make sure that if you've had this sitting out, clean it again. Just rinse it really, really, really well. If you don't have any cleaner left, hopefully you do, but just rinse it really well, because if you've cleaned it and you leave it sitting out, dust and other stuff could have gotten in there. And this is something that should be cleaned immediately when you pull it off after the fermentation, before the conditioning phase, because, well, you can't get your finger in there and you don't know. So you want to make sure you get it all cleaned out. Don't let anything dry up in there. That would be really nasty. If you've ever forgotten and it's been sitting, you just let it soak overnight with some warm water. Maybe do it 2 or 3 nights in a row. I don't know. Shake. Good luck. Yeah, good luck. Okay, I've got the Pinter app. So now it's time to start brewing. So I'm going to say start brewing. And it's gonna ask, oops, it didn't find anything. So I have to go find the BrewDog. There is a QR code on that thing too. Once you've located it or scanned the QR code, you're gonna have recommended, minimum, and custom. I'm always gonna stick to recommended for these videos, just so you can see that. It says, let's make some beer. It's gonna have 9 days for brewing, 5 days for conditioning, and tapping date is December 15th, which I think I'll be back from vacation on that day. So somebody's gonna have to stay home and help me, but that's all good. And I'm gonna say start brewing. It says purifying, which we already did, so we're gonna say start brewing. Okay, it's giving me my dates, telling me when everything will be good. Oh, hey, actually on the 10th when I go to leave, I can let it start conditioning. Great, awesome. Okay, now that you've started your thing, make sure you've set it to a 5. Make sure that, you know, everything's sealed up before you add your water. Of course, if you didn't do that, I'm sorry. Okay, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna add the Fresh Pack, and it told me, hold on to this. Don't put it in your fridge, it'll get thick, don't do that. But it says hold on. So apparently what it looks like is after we put it in the cold pack, we shake it up, shake the living hell out of it. I'm sorry you missed that in the previous video. The audio was really bad and it just was worse during the shaking. And I should have put a note to let you know. But after all that's done, and it's been sitting for 9 days fermenting, then we're gonna take it to condition it. When we do that, that's when it says we'll need this to add our hops. That way it's a dry hop edition. Let's see how this warm water helped. Feels squishier. Okay, I have a razor blade around here somewhere. Make sure whatever you cut this with has been cleaned and is cleaned very well. And let's do this because everybody seems to love this. This is like watching candy being made. So. Okay, now I know they say not to do this, but my OCD is kicking in. Sorry guys, I have my water that I'm gonna add, and I'm just gonna go ahead and put it in here. And I've already washed this funnel. But I found the funnel makes it a lot easier to get it into these small holes. If your hands shake like mine do, it makes it about impossible though. There we go. Okay, seal that little opening up. If you're gonna do it this way, if you're OCD like me, and shake. I want maximum resin, I want maximum everything out of this. So that's why I'm doing this, I want all of it. I like the sour, but I'm a huge IPA fan. Oh yeah, look at that, look at that. Okay. Wash, rinse, and repeat if you want to. That's up to you. I think one time is good enough, but obviously I want to try. Yeah, almost nothing in there the second time. And there's a little bit on the back. A little sweet with a bite of bitter and some resin. So we'll go ahead and add the rest of the water. It should bring us right up there. Actually, it's over it because I already put the malts in. I did a little displacement test with the Fresh Pack, and it appears that it's about 28 ounces of liquid in the Fresh Pack. So that's something also to be aware of. Put this on, and make sure if you clean this, you took it all apart. Okay. Don't put this piece on yet. You're gonna make yourself a mess. Now, we gotta shake it for 60 seconds. So I'm gonna speed this part up because no one needs to sit and watch my body shake. Interesting fact, I'm in AFib right now, so shaking that was exhausting. Yes, you heard that correctly. Okay. Now, take this. Remember, it's got like a notch. So it's at the notch next to your faucet area, spigot, tap, whatever you want to call it, and turn. There we go. And then when I flip it, it's gonna shake it up again. Still catching my breath, sorry. Okay, so we're done. That's it. I'm gonna go set it down on the floor, yep, at room temp. And, oh hell, you know what? I screwed up massively. What happens if you screw up? Watch. I forgot to put the yeast in. Okay, so what I did is I flipped it back over, I let it settle before I took that off. Okay, I'm gonna take this, open it. Trust me, things happen. You just aren't paying attention, it happens. I would recommend not drinking until after you've brewed beer, but I just started. As you can see, I've had like one sip. Just a nice mild porter. Okay, we're gonna open this up. At least now we know it's all shaken. Oh, it looks good, okay. Oh, crap. Okay, be careful, I didn't realize there'd be beer in there. Or wort. Yeast makes beer. Okay, now we're gonna close it back up, and because I spilt stuff over there, I'm gonna go rinse it off so I don't have to worry about any kind of nasty bugs or anything getting into that. Okay, so I'm gonna rinse that off real quick. I lost about a tablespoon, I'm not worried. We're gonna take this, put it back on. Lock it in place. Now I'm gonna go let it sit and ferment. Can't believe I did that, still. That's okay, stuff happens. At least it got shaken up even better. Don't forget to watch the taste test. I usually release that 24 to 48 hours after the brewing video. Cheers, appreciate you. Don't forget, like, subscribe, keep shit. Thanks.